Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? For fast and the cheapest coins anywhere, make sure you guys check out MMOEXP.com and use code ZERK for 5% off your order. Link is in the description.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be going over the best free 90 overall players to pick, pretty much ranking all of the free 90 overall players with release 1 of this promo. Now, if you guys didn't know, there's actually a lot of ways to get free players, to get NCAT 90 overalls, even to get auctionable 90 overalls. So I'm going to be ranking the first 8 that are available, and you guys can kind of just use the info as you want. You know, if you end up getting a free NCAT player, or if you do a set and you get, 3 of those 90 overalls back as NCAT, you can actually choose, gives you fantasy packs. Basically, just gonna rank them. You guys can go ahead and let me know down below which 90 overalls you plan to take. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Dylan Heckman for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to shout out in the next video, drop a like in the vid. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and comment down below Noti Gang. Now, every time I do these videos, though, I still get comments about how do you get the free players. Well, I'm going to show you guys that really quickly. You can see when the most feared solos do drop, which by the time this video is out, the solos are already out, but I'm recording this video the day before, so I have time to do gameplays and all the other videos that I want to get out for you guys today. So it's 60 stars in the most feared solos. You get an NCAT 90 overall. And you can see right here that it is actually a fantasy pack, so you get any of the release 1 players. Then after that, you actually unlock the Ultiverse of Terror, where you guys can see at 120 stars, you get a release 1 fantasy pack. So right there is 2 NCAT 90 overalls that I'm about to go over. And then you also have the objective list, where you can then go ahead and earn 2 more 90 overall most feared fantasy packs, which they're in the other solos. And solos I just showed you, there is also a fantasy pack for, release 2 and release 3, which won't be available until then. And then also there is a house rules event to get another NCAT, and from the objective list, those are auctionable. So just a ton of free players. And as well, there is objective list to go ahead and get free players from the yard for more 90 overalls. And like I did just tell you guys, right, let's say you go ahead and do Derrick Henry's set. Well, you get Derrick Henry's power up and your choice of 3 90 overall NCATs. So with that being said, let's get in my rankings. So these are, in my personal opinion, my rankings of these 8 players. Now, I will say I'm also kind of ranking them as if you are picking them to be NCAT, right? So with that, with picking them to be NCAT, there's a lot that goes into that. Number one, you're pretty much stuck with the player, right? You can't add them to sets, you can't sell them, you can't trade them. You can quick sell them, though, and you can also power them up. So not only am I thinking, okay, what players would be best to take right here to actually use, but also what players would be best to take and have for a, long term, for, the next upgrade, whatever card they get. So with that, let's get my ranking. So at number 8, I'm going to go with Jonathan Allen. Now, to be honest, 8 and 7, you can kind of switch between them. And I'm going to show you guys 7 here in a minute, but I really feel like they're about tied for me. Pretty much the same exact card, just very, slightly different position. But Jonathan Allen here, for a DT, he's nothing special. He's really nothing special. He is 300 pounds. He's got 75 speed, 86 excel, 89 strength, 87 block shot, 89 power move. So really just nothing special. He's not really fast. He can't really stop the run all that well. He's not crazy pass rusher. He's just decent. The same thing goes for Stephon Tuitt. Very, very similar cards. Tuitt, though, is actually a little bit better of a run stopper, which I think with the speed that you have on both of these guys, with the pass rush you have on both of these guys, I feel like I would rather have the block shedding guy, the slightly higher block shedder with Stephon Tuitt. And also Tuitt is a run stopper archetype. And in terms of weight, they're about the same. I think one of them is like 303, the other one's like a 300. And I think Tuitt actually might be slightly bigger than Jonathan Allen. So really taking Tuitt and throwing it DT is probably what I do. I personally wouldn't want him out on the edge because he's just too slow. There's too many fast quarterbacks in the game right now. So I wouldn't really want Tuitt on the outside. I want him more on the interior. Now up next, I'm going to say Derek Carr here at number 6. Now, why do I have him at number 6? Is he bad? No, I actually think this card is pretty solid. He's got 81 speed, which is pretty good. 91 throw power, that's really good. 88 short, 87 medium, 89 deep, 87 throw under pressure. He's got 81 throw on the run in, 84 play action. It's just that he's nothing special. And also, if you are trying to pick someone as an NCAT, well, you kind of feel inclined to use them right now, right? So in terms of right now, he's not really anything special over a lot of quarterbacks. He doesn't get Gunslinger. He doesn't get Hot Route Master. He is a Field General, though. So, later on with, like, his next upgrade, it's gonna be a pretty good card. So if you take Derek Carr right now and you just hold on to him, then maybe later on in the year he gets a Team of the Year or something. He's going to get some sort of upgrade later on in the year. That will be a top quarterback for sure. He's not really crazy with his release, but if he's like one of the first quarterbacks to, get really good speed with throw power and have, Hot Route Master, Gunslinger, have that combination there, Derek Carr is going to be really good later on in the year. So that's why I have him here. He's not crazy right now. Doesn't get any special abilities. He doesn't get, like set feet lead, pass lead, elite, whatever. So he's usable, no doubt. He's just not special. And at number 5, I'm going to go with Leighton Vander Esch. Now, again, kind of similar to Derek Carr, okay? I think that Leighton Vander Esch, if you compare him to players at his position right now, is actually one of the top middle linebackers because of the speed. He's got 88 speed and 90 excel. Now, I'm not in love with this card, even though I'm a Cowboys fan, but as a user, this card's actually not terrible. Now, Leighton Vander Esch has got 88 speed and that 90 excel, and you pretty much are going to want to user him if you take him because his zone coverage is not crazy, but he is 6'4", and of course you will be able to get Lurker on him to actually animate there. So having a 6'4" middle linebacker with 88 speed and 90 excel is not the worst thing. There are some faster linebackers in the game, with 89, 90 speed, even 91 now, but it's not a terrible option. I'll probably end up picking up the card just because I run 25 to 50 Cowboys chem, so he'll get like +1 speed on top of that. I don't think it's crazy, but, another upgrade down the year as well for Leighton. And it could be a really good user at 6'4". Now, coming in at number 4, I am going to go with Xavier Rhodes. And again, I'm not really in love with this card. He's got 90 speed. He's got 90 acceleration. So he's got some good speed. Got some good acceleration there. 92 jumping, 87 man, 86 zone, and 88 press. It's just all around a pretty solid card. And of course, I do like to take, the wide receivers, the corners more because they're depth. So you could always have Xavier Rhodes, boom, throw him in at cornerback 3 or 4 or 5, whatever. More than likely, cornerback 4 may touch your field. 5 may never ever see the field depending on what formations you run. But Xavier Rhodes, he might see the field for you if you throw him in a cornerback 4 and you have a decent corner to run there. And at number 3, I am going to go with Shaq Mason. I don't really feel like it's ever a bad idea to go ahead and pick an offensive lineman because with old linemen, the difference between, let's say, a 90 overall offensive lineman and a 92 overall offensive lineman, you may not really notice it on the field. Now, of course, once we get like some crazy pass rushers, especially a tackle, you may see it with your left tackle, your right tackle, but for a pretty long time this year, I was running like base elite Joel Bitonio, 83 overall left guard, and I wasn't really having any issues. So Shaq Mason, 90 overall, if you want to pick him up, which is probably someone that I will pick up over on the No Money Spent account as an NCAT, because you won't really need to upgrade him until we start getting like 94 overall, 95 overall guards. Then you'll probably want to pick him up because you might start to get beat a little bit, but Shaq Mason, not a bad option. And in number 2, I'm going to go with Corey Davis. Now, why Corey Davis here at number 2? Well, number 1, he's a wide receiver, right? So again, sort of like Xavier Rhodes, you have a depth position player. Number 2, he's 6'3", and big body receivers make plays. Now, Corey Davis is also pretty decent. I wouldn't say crazy, but pretty decent when it comes to after the catch and his run blocking as well. So that's decent there, and he's got 90 speed if you do decide to power him up. And as I said, 6'3", right? So when he gets a card later on in the year, he may be pretty good. Now, will Corey Davis end up getting like a Team of the Year card? Probably not, right? But he may end up getting some sort of pretty solid card. If this card was a 97 overall, if we get like a 97, 98 Corey Davis for whatever reason later on down the year, it could be really good. A big body receiver who has good run blocking, especially then, and he's going to be over 90 with all of his routes and pretty good speed. And even right now, this card can get out there and do work for you. And my number 1 player is going to be Jeremy Chinn. I really like Jeremy Chinn cards. He usually just plays really good for me, and I do tend to user on him whenever I pick him up. Now he is 6'3" for a user card with 91 speed, 90 acceleration, 91 zone coverage, 86 hit power, also has 87 man, and an 88 pursuit. So I really like Chin. If you guys want to pick him up, you can definitely use him right now, and he'll be one of the top cards out there, honestly, at safety. There's a ton of good safeties out, but you could easily get by with using this Jeremy Chin card, and then whenever he gets another grade down the year, you're going to have another top safety. So with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure you guys drop a liking video, and of course, hit that sub button down below. Let me know which free 90 overalls you guys will be picking up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.